All right, guys, we got the GMC actually working. We put the new compressor system in, and I took it around the block, and it was just stiff, hard. And I was like, what the heck? And I went back and I looked at the shocks because I thought maybe the bags were overinflated, and they weren't inflated at all. So I was like, what the heck? So I plugged in my top-down scanner, and I'm running through actuator tests, and it won't do anything. And I'm like, huh. So I ended up picking the tire up and going back to the compressor and looking. Ended up, one of the air lines blew off. The little steel clip that goes around it, somehow it just blew off. So we put it back on and I pressurized the system, and then the bags started to air up again. Tried running the test and it showed that everything's at values. So I took it back down the road and it runs perfect. So and it's going good. So now the progression on the Chevy here, we were going to use this transmission over here that he said he got from the owner, the previous owner of this truck, that it was in the bed of this truck, and that the previous owner was going to put this transmission in if he couldn't figure out what was wrong with the original transmission. Well, either A, the original transmission's clutches were bad, or B, the seals were so bad in it that it was leaking pressure, so much fluid, that essentially it wasn't able to grab fourth gear. So we started disassembling this transmission a little bit, taking the pan off to check the condition, but unfortunately the dipstick tube was left open, and so water came in here, made the pink strawberry slush. I already cleaned it out a ton, so it was way worse than this, but in the process of cleaning it out, look at that, I noticed the dipstick tube where it goes is cracked and broken, and this solenoid was just dangling in here like that, and I just was like, oh my god, look at that, it looks like it fried itself out. So I had called the customer over and said, hey, let's take a look at this. Like, if you want us to use this transmission, we're still taking a huge shot in the dark here. We need all new solenoids. I'd get all new replacements for the harness, everything, new plug. And he decided, made the smart move, said, you know what, no, let's just get a brand new transmission. I said that would be my best, opinion and honest best advice that I could give is, if you're gonna pay us to put this in, we're taking a huge shot, huge gamble. Let's just get the new transmission if you're willing to get it. So he's gonna go get that, and we're gonna try to see what we can do for putting on a new transmission on here. We're probably gonna go up to the ranch tomorrow to start looking at some tractors and go from there.